everybody, it's Allie from Padfoot Palms, and today we're going to talk about the supplies and some of the toys and things that we got in anticipation of getting our standard poodle puppy, Velocity. So I just wanted to show you some of these things and tell you where you can get them so that you can also save money. So right off the bat, we've got the Chuckit, which just allows you to throw the ball very far. I love how they've got the person who doesn't want to hold the ball. Ooh, look, it's slimy. That's funny. I like these because it lets you throw the ball really far, so you can really get your dog running. We won't use this until Velocity is much older. She's only 8 weeks old at this point, so we don't want to overdo it with exercise. But she can still play with the tennis ball parts. As you can see, it's $5.99 at Marshall's. They're saying compare at $9, but we found this at other big box brand pet stores, and it was like 20 bucks just for this. We also got the Chuckit replacement balls, and these were $3.99 at TJ Maxx, which is a good price for 4. This one was $2.99, and I want to say it was from Marshall's. Again, great price for replacements. If you go to the big box brand stores, you're going to pay a lot more. The other thing you want to keep in mind is pay attention to what size Chuckit you get. So this is a medium, and make sure the replacements you get are the same size. Medium, and I don't know where it tells you on this one. Medium, there you go. So, next up are the Nerf squeaker balls. She really likes these because they're not super hard to squeak. These were $3.99 for 4 at Marshall's. They're not really hard to squeak. They squeak very easily, which is great. Like I said, she's a puppy, so her jaw strength is not 100%. And side note, the Pomeranians really love those too, which is crazy because they don't fit in their mouth. But anyway, just a funny side note. Next up, we've got sweet potato fries. Now, normally I don't like to get these for the Pomeranians. I like the sweet potato chews because they're significantly bigger and thicker, and they take longer for the dog to chew through them. Having said that, we are teaching Velocity, our standard poodle puppy, to settle, which is to lay down, to occupy herself with something, and she's doing really great. And I wanted to get something that would be easier for her to chew through so that she wouldn't get frustrated with it. So that's why we got the sweet potato fries. Oh, and just to show you the analysis here, as you can see, the ingredients are sweet potatoes, and these are made in the USA. The sweet potato treats, you don't normally have to worry about them being made out of country, but it's always good to check your treat labels and make sure. Now, if you're looking for something that lasts a little bit longer for them to chew on, I highly recommend the 12-inch bully sticks. And this is a great price for these. These were $7.99 at TJ Maxx. You can also find them at Marshall's for a similar price. You always want to give your puppy something bigger than their head, and that is just to give them time to chew it down so that they're not starting out with such a small piece that it's, initially a choking hazard right off the bat. So that's why we got the 12-inch. For the Pomeranians, I like to do a 6-inch or a 7-inch. But for Velocity, we got the 12-inch. Having said that, I would not let her sit there and chew the whole thing. I would let her chew for a while, then take it from her, just because if she ate that whole thing, it's rather rich, and especially for a puppy, it's going to be too much. It's going to give them diarrhea. So just something to keep in mind. But if you were, let's say, loading the dishwasher and you wanted to give your puppy one to kind of occupy them while you finish that task, right? The idea is to set your puppy up for success. So if you want them to lay down, chew a bone, not get into things, and quietly wait for you to finish doing something, give them something productive to do, and something, like a bully stick would be a great option. Okay, next up, I call this the Weeble Wobble. So this was $5.99 at TJ Maxx. When I looked them up online, they were pretty pricey. So what you do is you untwist the top, if I can get it off of here. You untwist the top and you can put treats down in there. And then what they do is they, move this all around and the treats dispense out of the bottom. So this is probably something that she'll use when she gets a bit older, but it was a great price, and so we decided to go ahead and pick it up. Standard poodles are very smart, so we plan on getting a lot of interactive toys like that, just so we can keep her mind busy. So next up, we've got the Nerf dog feeder. So you can put treats in here, you can put food in here. If you feed kibble or freeze-dried, you could certainly put that in there. And this was on sale for $2 at Marshall's. I mean, you can't beat that. So, got that. And then, similarly, we got another, sorry for the glare, treat dispensing chew ball. So this has holes kind of in the side here. And you place the treats or the food inside. As you can see, it was $5.99 at TJ Maxx. These came in a couple of different colors. So, again, just something to keep them busy. Oh, it says you can customize the openings. So if you wanted to make it easier, you could cut those little tabs off. Just make sure you get them out, obviously, so your dog doesn't eat them. Next up, we got a comb. So both for standard poodles and Pomeranians, you want to make sure that you have good quality slicker brushes and metal combs. So this is the comb that we got for her. Our other combs are significantly smaller, so we just got a bigger one. Next up is another product by Chuckit. This is the, they call it a bumper. I call it a buoy. But anyway, it floats, and it's got kind of like a canvasy type material, and it's pretty squishy. And then, of course, it's got the rope coming off the end of it. This will be something that we use to train Velocity to retrieve in the water. We have a pool. So that's something we'll be using as she gets older. Right now, we're just kind of using it as, a toy where we get her to, pick it up or put it in her mouth and tell her that she's doing good. I do not like toys that have ropes on them. They can be a choking hazard. So this toy does not stay on the floor. It's only given to her when we're actually playing with her with the toy. And then we put it up, obviously when we're done. Okay, next up, we've got Mega Roll waste bags. So it comes with the little dispenser that you can attach to your leash. And of course, there's 360 waste bags. And then this was $6.99 at TJ Maxx, which I thought was pretty good. So we've actually got like one of those clamping, pooper scoopers that you can take with you on your walk. So these will fit that as well. And then next up, also from Chuckit, you guys are going to think this is like a Chuckit commercial. Hey, Chuckit, if you want to sponsor me, hit me up. So this is the fetch wheel. I really like the way this feels. It's great material. I like that it's a wheel, so you can throw it and it rolls. Or they can play tug of war. It's easy for them to pick it up, right? It's got some give. I don't like a plastic frisbee for fetch because I just feel like it's too hard, you know, in their mouth, especially if they're trying to catch it in the air. So we're excited to use that one. Oh, and that was $7.99 at Marshall's. Next up, this one has been a huge hit. This is the Amphibious Starfish toy from Chewy.com. This was $2.99, and it's fantastic. It's got a squeaky ball in the center, and each of the little starfish arms has a little padded squish area, and then this is a really durable canvas. And Velocity loves this. She'll grab it by one of the arms and fling it all around. You know, it's easy to toss to try to get her to fetch it. So that was an awesome, awesome toy. Next up, we've got another one of her favorites. This is the Krunker Shark. So he's got all sorts of squeakers in him. He's very crinkly. Puppies love crinkly toys. And he was $5.99 at Marshall's. Okay. Next up, we got another squeaky toy. And there's also a squeaker in the tail. This was just a cute thing that we picked up. But it was only $3 at TJ Maxx. So, I mean, you can't beat that, especially if she ends up tearing it up over time. You know, $3 is good for a toy. Okay, and then the next thing I wanted to mention is, sorry, let me get this off of here, the leash and harness that we went with. Now, I do not intend on keeping Velocity in a harness, you know, forever, but we have not found a padded martingale collar that we're really in love with yet. So until we do, we are just going to go with a harness. We picked this up at PetSmart. It's got the waist bag compartment on the back, which is very cute. It's got the little handle, which actually turned out to be really useful, not only to get a hold of her, right, because the leash attaches here, but just for that extra security. We ended up using it at PetSmart. The other day, there was a big dog that came around the corner and just went straight for her, and I was able to get a hold of this and, you know, make sure that she was out of reach, just until we could figure out if the dog was friendly or not. He turned out to be very friendly, but he was also very forward, so I didn't want her to be startled by that. Anyway, love this harness. It's got multiple adjustment points, both in the front. Sorry, let me turn this over so you can see. Both in the front, on each side, and on the sides. So you get a really good fit. There's a lot of room for growth. I want to say that this was the small. There are other sizes in this. And then, of course, we just got her a matching leash that we just picked randomly. So this is everything that we got. Oh, this is her bed right here. This we also got from Marshall's. And I picked this because the material is a really good quality and it feels slick. And it's, you know, just really easy to clean. This part down in here is soft and fuzzy, which I actually don't like. I wish that the whole bed was out of this material, because this soft, plush, fuzzy material, it actually holds a lot of heat. So we find that Velocity is getting hot in the middle of the night sleeping in her bed. So just something to keep in mind if you're getting a poodle puppy. Now, on the flip side, these we will be returning. So this was a collar that has a whistle on it that we picked up for $4.99 from Marshall's. I did not realize that it was going to be so small. I mean, it says size small, but it also says that it goes to 12 inches. She did not like this at all. And the reason why we picked it is because it's got this really soft kind of jersey material on the inside, and it's padded. You see how thick that is? So we thought, oh, okay, this would be a good option, but it just didn't fit her very well. And then of course we've got the rope leash, which is very popular right now. Absolute garbage. It was way too heavy. This clip was just so heavy on the collar, and it was just hitting her, you know, on the side of the head. It just wasn't a good fit. So I do not recommend something like this for a puppy. This would be something you might want to get maybe with an adult dog that's already full grown. And as you can see, we opted to go for the smaller leash. Okay, so that's everything that we got so far, and we'll keep you posted as we get more stuff for our standard poodle puppy Velocity. If you didn't see the video of us going to pick her up, check it out. It's on the channel, link in the description. Make sure you subscribe for more videos. We're getting ready to start our puppy boot camp series, so you'll be able to follow along and train your dog while we train Velocity. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.